An unprecedented new consciousness is transforming the entire human species. A new world is being born. The old world is disintegrating. Both worlds now call to you. Do you want to live in gratitude, patience, contentment, and awe of the universe? Or in anger, worry, overwhelm, and despair? This podcast will help you choose joyfully and effectively. Welcome. In this Soul Snack, see how beautifully Linda is supporting a participant at an event who feels defensive and uses a complaint from a frightened part of that participant's personality to support her in recognizing and challenging that same frightened part. Have you ever felt defensive? Notice if anything Linda shares with this participant could be supportive to you.
I was being very defensive, trying to get my point across. And someone asked me, "How do you feel?" And that just set me right off because I know how I feel. And I took exception with that spiritual guideline where someone is coming to me and making an interpretation that I'm feeling a certain way and they're confronting me. It feels like I was being confronted, saying, "How are you feeling?" And I took that as doing it wrong. I'm 2 years old and my mother is scolding me.
Has this ever happened to you before in your life?
It happens all the time.
Oh.
So this is perfect. It's perfect.
So of course, it's perfect, isn't it? Because what does defensive really mean? What does that mean when you're defensive? Do you know what that means?
For me, it means I'm being misunderstood.
It means that you have a frightened part of your personality that's active.
Okay.
And that frightened part of your personality feels misunderstood, and it always will until you die. It will always feel misunderstood.
I realize that, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Till your personality dies. So you have to decide if you want to believe what that frightened part thinks. It's being misunderstood and attack people or push them away.
That's the realization I came to, was that I was pushing away energetically, and Rob picked up on that. He picked up on my energy. And even though I wasn't saying the words, he saw it in my physiology. So, and I knew I was doing that too. And so I want to get to the point where I can express myself from love rather than from fear and making my point from a very aggressive stance. So that was my experience at the table, and I appreciate it very much. I learned a lot from that. And my frightened parts learned a lot as well. And now I can make a choice.
Don't think your frightened parts are going to learn anything. They're not.
Oh.
They're not. No, you are.
Learn.
Not your frightened parts. They have the same opinion. They won't change. But you can decide whether you are going to act from them or not, whether you're going to let them control you or not. Because their opinions aren't going to change. They're going to feel defensive forever. But you don't have to believe them, and you do not have to act from them.
That's right.
They do not have to control you. That's very powerful to know that.
So I am developing that awareness where I know what I'm doing, and I also am getting to the point where I can come from choice and not not believe the frightened parts.
Yes, isn't that exciting? Yes.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. That was powerful. And the thing is that you may think that these little lunch groups don't have anything to do with your life, but they're exactly what you do in your life all the time. When you're with people that you don't know, when you're with people you do know, it's exactly a repeat of things that you do in your life all the time, or frequently, maybe infrequently, some of the things, because some of the things you may have things so handled in your situations at home or at work or with friends that you make sure nothing ever happens because you're in agreement with each other and never let anything change. And you never say anything to each other when anything comes up, and you just have this agreement to agree that you don't talk about anything that would cause any kind of issue for you. Do you see what I mean? But in this case, how beautiful. It came up again, yet again, what comes up so often in your life. And you were able to in this circle have different insight and go deeper with being able to challenge that part of your personality. Very exciting. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Join me next time to explore the epic transformation of human consciousness that is reshaping our species and your part in it. It may surprise you. I'm Gary Zukav.